Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your friend Bets. My name is Jared, and there's my boy Carl. Today, I wanted to talk about Saga Compendium 1. Way back in the day, I had read Ex Machina and Why the Last Man, and I thought Brian K. Vaughan was the freaking guy. I thought he was fantastic. He really knew how to tell a long story that was just really captivating. Why the Last Man is literally the only comic book series where it ended where I was in tears. Like, I've cried reading comics before, but I was like weeping. I felt so sad at the end of the Why the Last Man series. And not Deus Ex Machina, just Ex Machina was what like kind of like the first story that like really like opened up my mind in a way about like what comics the medium could be outside of superheroes. And so when Saga was coming out, I remember being excited about it. Like, oh, cool, new Brian K. Vaughan book. And at the time, I was like homeless, and I had borrowed the first volume, the first 6 issues of Saga from the library. And I must have just been just immature. I mean, I still am, but like at the time I read the first 6 issues and I'm like, what is this crap? And for the longest time, I was like, I don't know if Saga's for me. And I just kind of, was going through, I did the whole Invincible volumes 1 through 3 compendiums. And I was like, I want to read another big thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give Saga another shot. And, it was like $35 on instocktrades.com. And I was like, you know what? This got 54 issues for $35. I'm gonna give it a shot. And my best friend Bruce, he also gave it a shot, and so we kind of read this together, as we had read Invincible 1 through 3 together. And I gotta say, like, for what this series is, I loved it. It is definitely something it is just something else is what it is. It's a mix of romanticy, science fiction, just out there ideas, almost like there's like a pornographic world. There's just so much going on in this, and I was really captivated by this series. Like, I read this series in probably like 10 days, this whole book, and I was just like, yeah, this book is like it's so weird. Like, every time I was flipping through it before I was reading it, I was like, what am I getting myself into? But then as I was reading it, I was just like, this is so good. Like, it is almost like, what is happening, right? Like, there's just so much weird, like for me as a 40-year-old white Christian male who kind of grew up in the suburbs and had kind of a pretty I don't know, I wouldn't say I had a sheltered life because I was a weirdo for a long time, but I got grouchy and old in my age real quick. I got very Hank Hill in my like mid 20s, early 30s, and have kind of stayed there since then. But this book really was like I don't think I would have read this in like my grouchy years of 2018, 2019, and been like, this isn't good for people. Like, I like my I would say my Christian extremism back in like 2018, 2019 would have just been like, this is demonic and this is satanic and you shouldn't read this. But now, as I've eased up on my crazy, and was like, oh, I need to accept things for them to be art and allow art to be art. This book was like, okay, yeah, this is like so artistic. This is yeah, like there's a lot of smut in it, which has like made me recommend this book to a lot of like women I know who read like romantasy and like, buy their books from Target and stuff. They all have that pastel look, and I'm like, oh, this book is for you. If you ever wanted to get into comics, that's it. Like, but was it Fiona Staples? Yeah, her art is fantastic. I really liked this chick. She's cool. And just that shot is just, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a bat chick. It's but yeah, I was just really into Fiona Staples' art, and I just thought she was just fantastic. And one of the things that I also do really love about stuff about like independent comics in general is like one writer, one artist for 54 issues. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. I loved all the like little animal characters. Goose, I love Goose. Like he's probably my favorite character in the series. Goose is Goose was he was solid, man. He stayed true through and he never changed up. He was never a piece of crap. Like, what is like dragon? What is happening? But yeah, Goose, man. Good old Goose. Like, once Goose showed up, I was like, oh, this is my dude. And I just really enjoyed just the adventure that this book kind of took me on. It's just solid. It's disgusting in a lot of ways, but it's also, it's very, as, sorry if you saw it, but like, it's art, man. It's art. Don't hate it because it's art. It challenged me in a lot of ways with storytelling and as a reader on like how far can a story go. And like, I know that this is rated R, rated M, right? And like, it really challenged me as an individual and as a reader to be like, oh, what's appropriate and what isn't appropriate in a comic or even in a story? And can you tell a story with these inappropriate tones and still make it a family story? Because that's what this is. It's a lot of inappropriate things happening in this universe, but the overall theme of it all is a family. And it really struck me as a comic book reader. And so yeah, I highly recommend this book. And if you're a chick into romantasy, or you know anyone who's into romantasy and you're trying to get them into comics, like, this is it, man. This is the book. Yeah, high recommend. I don't know what else to say about it, but it definitely choked me up at the end, and it was definitely worth $35. And it's tempting for me to get the next few volumes, but I know that they take a while to come out, so I'm probably just going to wait for the next compendium and probably reread volume 1 and then volume 2 when it comes out. So thanks for watching. I hope that you go read Saga or read Ex Machina or Y the Last Man, because Brian K. Vaughan is really good. And it makes me want to check out some of his other stuff like Paper Girls. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.